call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the Woodshed, East Lansing, Michigan. Spartan Stadium on the banks of the Red Cedar and home to Michigan State. As we'll see, the defending national champions, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field.
Hey, let me see him go get him, nigga.
Pitt lined up for the opening kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Power football with the run. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20. A pickup of 5. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Plucks it out of the air. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Off the play fake on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with results of the play.
Maybe it's proximity to home because that's got 2 lanes all the way up there. I don't know. How's he from Texas?
Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Going to the running game.
Just give him
and maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Trying to impose their will with the run. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down pass.
Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, third and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak. Run them.
There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here in the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football. Very, very important to them, and doing a nice job on that last play, picking up the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it's still a positive game.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
I like the adjustments from this offense from first possession to second. Like first possession, you can tell maybe a little bit nervous. Maybe just not starting the way they wanted to. Didn't script the plays, but now putting a good drive together. A good response from punting last drive.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it.
How you just drop that bucket?
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
They're going to throw it on third and goal. Touchdown, Smarty! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing in because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking for a man, it's Underwood. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played one quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan State has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Wants to go up top. There's the pressure. Trying to escape and get it himself. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground.
Jake Furton.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Marsh. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
And he watches it for the score. Touchdown, Michigan State. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. South Carolina has the lead right now, but this Williams-Bryce crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 7 over Southern Miss. Just another week of football in the sun.
Touchdown, Panthers. Special teams coming through, the third aspect of the game, delivering big time. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through it, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. The number one job for the return team, get good field position. But it's much better if you just score, which he did from 90 yards out. And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The give to the single back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5.
All right, defense. It ain't working. Right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, then you open it up for the passing game.
They'll try to run for it. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break.
Guess it would be easy because the switch stick shit.
The Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. Dances away to buy time. Got his man on the right. Gets away from one, finds room. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
That that's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Now the play fake. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Fires left. Incomplete, and he threw that one over the grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Touchdown, Spartans!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Under fire. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're
The
trailing.
easy one. Like, they'll give you something like, you know, you keep putting on, you got to run to it. Like the easy one.
Look very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. On the move to the right, looking for a big one. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Robinson. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Moving away from pressure. Creates a little space. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. To the air on first down.
Yo, yeah,
It's
come pick it up.
incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Here's a heat.
Yes.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's got the back in the middle. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Bringing it out.
Oh, man.
He only needs a sliver of daylight.
Is that not a fucking block in the back, bro?
There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And he's in for the second score of the game. My goodness. Note to self. Kickoff team. Don't kick it to him anymore. Squib it. Kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone.
The ball, again.
The 42-yard field goal that was no good gives them the ball back at the 25-yard line. Going to the run to start this second half.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
And the Spartans come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been third down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical.
Oh, he's got some space.
Get the bottom, get loose, baby. Get the bottom of that, too.
Touchdown, Sparty.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score.
Putting his cap away from getting platinum. Oh my gosh, keep on forgetting not to kick this motherfucker, bro.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably
when I
wishes
kick
he'd
it up
just taken the touchback. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Off the play fake. Moves around to clear up the vision. Takes the easy throw in the flat. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Under fire.
Oh,
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Pitt will have to boot this one away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits.
Hold on. Oh, let's take a closer ball.
Make the crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one.
I don't know what they did the last update, but man, this running is
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Right back to the well. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. Looking for space to the left. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
You know, one of the tricky parts with play action for a quarterback is that when you turn your back to the defense to sell the play fake, you have no idea what's going on behind you. You don't know what the coverage has become, and you don't know which D linemen have won their one-on-ones. The worst thing is you turn around after the play fake, and bam, that defender's right in your face.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Let's see what he can do with the return. And the returner is stopped. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To the air, it's Underwood. Now adjusting. On the run, deep down the right side. He makes the catch. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down. Pitt right back to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Quick tempo here for the offense. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Trying to make magic on
No, don't slide. Don't slide. Don't slide.
His way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. Pittsburgh has a really nice drive going.
You have got to have pass rushing lane integrity when you face this quarterback. On 3rd down, someone gets out of his gap right up the middle. It's easy for the quarterback to see. He just tucks it and takes off and picks up the 1st down.
The Panthers with the 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. The lone back's got it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
At some point, enough is enough. This is the guy that's beating me. He's priority number 1. We got to go get him. It's getting later in the 2nd half. I got to go out and make some plays and get my offense the ball back.
They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Here comes the 4. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. With the break, extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Trying play action. Looking to the big tight end. Grabbed in the middle. It's Thomas. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. The Spartans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan State. And they take it in for 6 more points. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. And that extra point is a big one, as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Back to pass, it's Underwood. Unloads to the wideout.
Nigga, are you kidding?
It's Robinson. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. This Pitt offense has been clicking on this drive. They're working that
He is just bringing them in. He's slow as fuck.
Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And the Panthers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Extending the play. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. This time on target. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Wants to throw again.
That's all right.
Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute.
Okay.
We'll have to check out the
I thought it
laundry
was
on
me
the
fucking
field.
bumping all this goddamn play.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To the air, it's Underwood. Makes the grab. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. It would take a miracle to get back in this game, but any miracle will have to start with this 4th down conversion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
Man, that stings. You go all the way down the field, you get a 4th and goal situation, and the offense comes up small. The defense gets the sack. No points for you.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their
Come on.
side.
Get to the hole.
He'll slither through and pick up 3 and get it out to the 10-yard line.
And this defense has got to make a play, right? It's the 4th quarter. We're trailing. You know this offense, they're going to get conservative. They want to eat that clock. You got to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to make plays. Got to get that football back.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Throws for the tight end. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. And the Spartans will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the returner goes down. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here.
Breaks into the open. This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that first down.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Here comes the heat. Throw into the end zone. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Looks as if they're going to get the W behind a really good performance from their passing attack and maybe hold that edge in the rankings as well, fellas.
They're going to hold the edge. They're going to create some separation, too, I think, because of the throwing ability. This quarterback came into this game lighting it up. We knew in the preseason this guy had talent, but against an opponent like this, David, it's impressive to see his performance.
Well, it's one thing to have talent, but to get all the talent with the new pieces every single year to work together, this passing attack looks like they're going to be formidable. And now you already got that one top 25 win for the resume to keep building throughout this season.
I know both were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same